So, and how is your being involved with the opera chorus affected you as a musician? What positives has that brought?
Well, operas, it singing in an actual opera house with an orchestra really kind of, it's, as far as an experience, it just really gives you a chance to feel, especially when you're playing in the big operas, like what it's like to really sing with an orchestra behind your back, like a real orchestra giving it all they've got. And that, and just kind of surrounded by other opera singers. And that's kind of, that just affects you as a performer and your performing experience. I'd say in general with my classical voice stuff, I've trained with a number of different people in the classical realm, and I've competed in festivals and stuff, and it's just a way to approach the voice, and I think it's a way to intelligently approach the voice, because you really have a knowledge of what you can and can't do if you don't want to damage your voice over the long term. Mm-hmm. And that's, I feel that's important.
Mm. What are some of your favorite operas that you've done? Say, name 2 or 3 that have really stuck out for you.
Okay, well, I've actually only done a few operas, but I've kind of, doing an opera as a chorus member is, or just an opera in general, as any performer, is a pretty long-term project. So
yeah.
And opera companies nowadays, they don't produce a ton of operas a year, especially smaller ones. They maybe do 2 or 3. So I really like the giant, bombastic sort of romantic stuff. I was in Wagner's Flying Dutchman in Calgary, and that was a great production, and I really enjoyed that. And I don't know, I enjoyed singing in Turandot in a Manitoba opera. That was fun too.
All right. So, and what is your act about today? Like, what are the essentials of, say, this version of your act?
This version of my act, it's just a more low-key acoustic thing, and really we're here to have a good time with the audience and to have a good time playing our instruments. And it's yeah, we're going to play sort of our usual prog rock sort of thing, except in a lower key sort of way.
What's the instrumentation today then?
The instrumentation, it's just going to be acoustic double bass or upright bass, and I'm going to be playing nylon string guitar and singing. Okay.
What about recordings? Like, you probably have the usual stuff on Bandcamp or whatever, but or SoundCloud. Do you have any actual material recordings out?
Yes, I do. I have 2 albums that I recorded in 2012 and 2014, respectively, called Thoughts Past Pondered and In the Round. They're both sort of, pretentious concept album-y sort of things. And it's, but yeah, we have those for sale. Just come talk to me. And,
okay. One last question. What's the future hold? What are you hoping happens? You're very busy, but what do you hope happens in the next year or 2 or 10?
Ultimately, I don't really know. Whatever can happen, I guess. If something kind of takes off the ground in any way, I think I'm pretty good at kind of just, squishing the rest of what I do into that and delivering it as a package deal to whatever that audience may be. And I'm happy to do that. And that's why it's great to have as great a band musically as I do. I really, really appreciate the people I play with. Mm-hmm. And it's because it's they're just very good musicians. If I want to, I can give them any number of things, and they're able to play it. So I'm not restricted to playing a straightforward rock song all the time.
Yes.
With this ensemble, and I do consider it an ensemble, sort of like a string quartet or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, nice. Well, I do have one more question. What book are you reading right now? And if you are reading one, and why so?
book I'm reading right now. I am reading A Handmaid's Tale, actually, by Margaret Atwood right now, and it's a great book, and I'm reading it because actually I've read a decent amount of Margaret Atwood stuff, and I realized recently I have not read the classic, so I figured I might as well do that. But otherwise, my kind of my reading diet recently for like the past, I don't know, quite a while. I've been for the most part preoccupied with reading a lot of Philip K. Dick books, and yeah.
Excellent.
And I weep, but not as you would see, for I know when I am still how my soul is deeply ill with scarcity of ways to break on through to thee, to the ways in which I love, to the numbness of a dove, to the teardrops on my glove, to the underlying nothing there. When your mind you keep in cages and the soul is all you touch, for the creeping fear of letting go and saying all too much, as your ears and eyes drift further from whatever keeps you sane. You cry in just neutrality at abundance of the same. And I weep, but not as you would see, for I know when I am still how my soul is deeply with scarcity of ways to break on through to thee, to the ways in which I love, to the numbness of a dove, to the teardrops on my glove, to the underlying nothing there. I look into the hall, I see but shadows on the wall. I wish that I could show my fear, but there's really nothing here. When the wind is blowing southern and the air it whips the stones, you're supposed to feel a certain realm of rigid in your bones, but the underlying flatness keeps its tendrils in the air. My weary legs move forward in the midst of its despair. And I weep, but not as you would see, for I know when I am still how my soul is deeply ill with scarcity of ways to break on through to thee, to the ways in which I sing, to the bell I try to ring, to the love I try to bring, to the many sides of undeserving brush.
They don't know.